Hey everybody, Ashton here with Gents, coming at you with my top 5 most worn fragrances for October of 2017. And if I move like I'm Frankenstein's monster today, it's because I have a huge crick in my neck and it effing hurts. But you know what they say, the show must go on. And today, I'm going to be drinking something while I do this review, just for funsies. I have some Milkies. So this is a soda from South Korea. Apparently it has refreshing milk and yogurt flavor. So it's a carbonated milk and yogurt drink. On the back here it says it has new feeling of soda beverage. So really pumped to be drinking this while I do this video for no reason at all. Let's crack into this one. Great. So it looks like carbonated semen. I guess let's go ahead and taste it. It's actually not that bad. It tastes kind of like melted ice cream. Great success. On with the show. So that was nowhere near as bad as I thought it was going to be. Maybe my day is looking up. And I've talked about pretty much all of these at this point, so no big surprises here. First up, Imaginary Authors Cape Heartache. Anybody that's really familiar with this channel knows that this is my favorite Imaginary Authors fragrance, and Imaginary Authors is one of my favorite houses. This was on my top 10 fall list for niche and indie fragrances. It's got notes of fir, strawberry, pine, and old growth, which is an imaginary note, among others. And it smells like a very green coniferous forest in the Pacific Northwest, sweetened up with a little bit of strawberry. There's also a touch of woody smoke in this, and it's just a great fragrance to go to if you're in the mood for something that gives off a very coniferous fir and pine heavy feel. Up next is one of my most recent reviews. It is a Paco Rabanne Pure XS. There is vanilla, myrrh, leather, cinnamon, and liquor in this fragrance. I don't really get too much of a boozy feel, but if you read other reviews online, some people say that they do. It's pleasant, it's warm, it's slightly powdery and sweet from the vanilla and myrrh. It's a really good date night fragrance in my opinion. Not super strong or anything like that, but at least it's a little bit of a different designer release as opposed to what we've been seeing lately. Now personally, I find it really pleasant and versatile. It's kind of a designer release that straddles the line between being something slightly daring and being safe at the same time. Now, a few people did comment on my review and say that they didn't like it, that it smelled weird off their skin, but for me, I've gotten good reactions and it smells nice. All right, on to the next one. This one is known by basically everybody on Earth by this point. It is Creed Aventus. What a huge surprise. This has pineapple, bergamot, birch, black currant, and musk, among other notes, and I'm sure that you are aware that there are tons and tons and tons and tons of clones out there of this fragrance. Everybody wants a piece of it. I've got some of my other bottles of Aventus up here somewhere. I'm not going to turn around and point because then I'll have a spasm in my neck. It was my #1 most complimented fragrance over the last year. For the most part, guys love it and women love it too. Now I know there are going to be some stragglers out there who say, oh, I don't get good reactions with this, but around where I live, I'm killing it. It's super versatile, a great fragrance. It blew me away the first time that I smelled it, like I've said before, and if you want more information on that, it is easily found. Next up, another one that made my designer top 10 list, it is Ralph Lauren Polo Supreme Leather. This has leather, honey, tonka, saffron, and cardamom, among other notes. And between the 3 Supreme fragrances, Supreme Oud, Leather, and Cashmere, this one is my favorite as of right now. It's a very easy to wear leather designer fragrance. It's sweetened up with the honey and the tonka, and it's got a little bit of that spice from the cardamom and the saffron to kind of wrap everything up. The leather in this scent doesn't really dominate that spice and sweetness, it just kind of complements all of it. Works together really well, it's not dirty whatsoever, the leather's not in your face, it's something that's a designer leather fragrance the way it should be done. Very easy to wear, mass appealing, but at the same time different from all of your Bleu de Chanel's and Dylan Blues out there. So yeah, Supreme Leather. And the last one that we're going to talk about this month, 8 in Bob Champs de Provence. This one got worn a good deal because it's new, and sometimes I like to wear new stuff. I wore that one on the warmer days this past month, and it's pretty much going to be phased out by this point because it's getting cold. It has bergamot, orange, orange blossom, and jasmine, among other notes. Off the top, you get a really nice citric blast from the bergamot and the orange. It's really refreshing. You also get a little bit of white florals on the opening, but it's mainly citrus. As it dries down, the orange blossom becomes much more powerful, and it becomes more of a green fragrance than a citrus fragrance. There's also a little bit of an herbal feel that rides underneath that green kind of accord in the mid and through the dry down, changes things up a little bit. All that being said, this is a people-pleasing kind of fragrance. It's not anything that's gonna set the world on fire, but it's gonna have you smelling refreshing, have you smelling nice. All right, that's it. Pretty quick rundown of my 5 most worn fragrances over the past month. I will see you next month with my top 5 most worn for November. Maybe we'll have a strange drink to check out and review. This drink gets 3 out of 5 stars for being very strange. Definitely doesn't look the best. It's definitely an unbecoming kind of name. I don't really think of refreshing milk and yogurt carbonated drink as being something that I want to chug, but it tastes basically like a melted ice cream that's been carbonated, so could be worse. Almost like a melted creamsicle, minus some of the orange flavoring. Maybe I'll give it a 3.5 out of 5. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all your support. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next week, hopefully with a not screwed up neck.